So here's a product we're taste testing here. Rice and Roni Heat and Eat Beef and Rice. And what you do is you tear it. Well, first you squeeze it a little to break it out. Then you tear it. Then you heat it for 90 seconds. And then you eat it. So that's what we're going to do. Let's see what we got here. It's one serving size. Oh, that's funny. They've got per pouch. In other words, you're going to eat one pouch. 380 calories, 44% of your sodium, 1,000 milligrams. That's a lot. A little bit of fiber. You have to get 7 grams of protein. So anyway, let's try it. They have other flavors in this. This isn't the traditional Rice and Roni product. It's the beef one. But these, you can see, 84 cents. These were on my favorite sale table at Hannaford's in Gorham. Well, here we are. It definitely looks like Rice and Roni. It has that kind of beefish aroma. There's some other spice in there. I'm not quite sure what it is that I can detect, but let's give it a try. Quite hot still. Oh, meat-like substance. Oh, it's good. It's not as good as plain Rice and Roni. I've got one of those I'll try. I just don't like this particular combination. Beef, rice, flavored. It's got rice, carrots, beef flavor, not real beef. Other natural flavors. But, a quick meal. I actually called these people up to ask them if there was any alternate cooking things, like if you were out on the road or something. But at that time they said no, just microwave. But this has stovetop directions. So you squeeze the pouch to separate the rice. Pour the rice in a saute pan with 2 tablespoons of water and heat the rice on medium-high heat, stirring occasionally until thoroughly heated, about 4 or 5 minutes. Serve immediately. And the shelf date on this, and this was on sale so it could be shorter, is April 14th, 25. So they were just a few days, a couple weeks out of date. But still tastes good. We're going to do a dual review here. This gets a thumb up, and I don't know how often you use Skype or some other type of video chatting service, but Microsoft discontinued. They had bought Skype, and they had discontinued it and said, oh, you'll just have to use Microsoft Teams instead. I thought, oh, that's stupid. And I read some articles saying how stupid that was. Skype was really nice. They shouldn't have done that. So in the course of one day, I got to try messaging someone with Facebook, the chat there, video chat, with Teams. And I'm going to compare that to Skype. And what I would say is that the Teams is really high in quality, was very similar to Skype. I find that the messaging through Facebook is not as good. The video isn't as clear. There's more glitches and things like that. So I would say they're not offering you as much bandwidth as Microsoft Teams is now. Now, that's what we've used so far. And one of the good things about Skype was because they Microsoft bought it and wanted you to use this new thing, Teams, you could transfer all your things over to it. So I did that. One of my sons who lives in Germany did that. And we were able to watch her open up her birthday presents we sent her. And we didn't have any glitches. There's things you can do with it. Like, I couldn't figure out how to move the little block of us to where I wanted it on screen, but there's probably a way to do it. And no one knows if eventually Microsoft will make that a pay service. In other words, to like talk to someone overseas, you might have to pay so much a minute or something. So that's what someone was worried about who wrote an article about the switch to Teams. But anyway, the video quality was there, from Maine to Germany, no problem at all. So it was definitely a thumbs up, and definitely better than Facebook Messenger. Bye.